Hello everyone, and welcome to Earth Archives. In the National Philharmonic Hall, located in Warsaw, the capital of Poland, the International Chopin Piano Competition takes place every 5 years. It is like the Olympics of the classical music world, attracting the top pianists from around the globe. They don't just perform Chopin's music, they engage in a soulful dialogue with the notes, bringing to life the golden age of romantic music filled with love and suffering, romance and revolution. This is not just a competition. It's a heartfelt conversation across time and space, a passionate tribute to the musical genius Chopin. If you love classical music, piano artistry, or are curious about Chopin's life story, this video or article is a must-watch. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any inspiring content about music and the soul. Feel free to leave a comment below telling us, what is your favorite Chopin piece? If you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends so more people can listen to this timeless melody together. In this world filled with passion and melody, every single note seems to whisper an immortal story. It is not merely a contest of skill, but a touching of the softest parts deep within the soul, a silent tribute to history and emotion. When you step into the majestic National Philharmonic Hall in Warsaw, the capital of Poland, you will feel a solemn and sacred atmosphere. This is the main stage of the International Chopin Piano Competition. Every 5 years, piano masters and young rising stars from around the world gather here to embark on a grand feast of music and soul. This competition is not just a test of technique, but a heartfelt remembrance of the great composer Frédéric Chopin. Chopin's music is full of poetry and spirit. His piano melodies seem to transcend time, carrying listeners back to the romantic and turbulent 19th century. Every performance feels like a timeless dialogue with this musical genius. From the melancholic nocturnes to the fiery and passionate polonaises, Chopin's music is both delicate and powerful, stirring the listener's heart and evoking a profound strength that comes from deep within. The National Philharmonic Hall in Warsaw is not just the stage for the competition. It is a witness to history and culture. The air here is thick with artistic spirit, and every corner between the seats seems to echo countless classic performances of the past. Held every 5 years, the International Chopin Piano Competition attracts not only virtuoso performers, but also music lovers from around the world. Whether live in the audience or watching from afar through screens, fans can feel the profound impact and emotion brought by this grand musical event. What makes this competition truly special is its exclusive focus on Chopin's works, allowing each participant to deeply explore the musical essence of this romantic composer. Contestants must not only demonstrate extraordinary technical skill, but also interpret the unique emotions and soul within Chopin's music. When judging, the panel places great emphasis not only on flawless technique, but also on whether the performer can convey Chopin's spirit to the audience. This turns the competition into more than a contest of skill. It becomes a magnificent artistic gathering about musical understanding and soulful connection. Many pianists who have competed here have since become international music stars. They polished their skills and elevated their performances on this stage, earning countless applause and honors. For young contestants, performing Chopin's works on such a world-class platform is a rare life experience and the beginning of a musical dream. From Warsaw, they carry Chopin's music out into the world, ensuring this timeless legacy continues for generations to come. Chopin, the romantic master known as the poet of the piano, is not only one of the most influential piano composers in history, but also a profound spokesperson for emotion and history. Almost all of his works revolve around the piano, with every note filled with intense emotional colors, as if telling a moving story of love and pain, creativity and revolution. When you listen closely to Chopin's nocturnes, mazurkas, or polonaises, you can almost feel his passionate heart speaking to you, revealing his deep love and longing for his homeland, Poland. Chopin's life was as dramatic as his music. Born in Poland during the turbulent 19th century, a time when his country was repeatedly invaded and partitioned by foreign powers. This historical backdrop profoundly influenced his compositions. His works were not just pure artistic expressions, but also carried the Polish nation's strong desire for freedom and independence. His music often reflects melancholy and resilience, mirroring his own strength in facing illness and political upheaval. Beyond music, Chopin's life was filled with the bittersweet complexities of love. His emotional entanglement with the French writer George Sand was both a source of creative inspiration and deep inner struggle. The sweetness and pain of this relationship echoed the rises and falls in his piano pieces, making his music even more heartfelt and moving. What is even more admirable is how Chopin found balance amid the turmoil of creativity and politics. Although he stayed far from the battlefield, living in exile in Paris, he never forgot the fate of Poland. Through his music, he expressed his longing for his homeland and his unwavering support, inspiring countless Poles to hold fast to their beliefs and pursue freedom. Every pulse on the piano keys was a call to the spirit of his nation. Chopin's story unfolds like a lyrical symphony, beginning in a warm Polish household. His parents, Nicholas and Justina, came from different cultural backgrounds, but their shared love of music filled their home with melodies and dreams. In this environment, music flowed like a family lifeblood through every member. Especially important was Chopin's sister, Ludwika, who was not only a gifted musician herself, but also the first teacher to awaken young Chopin's musical passion. Under her guidance, little Chopin was captivated early on by the magic of music, as if he was born with an inseparable bond to the piano keys. When Chopin was just 7 years old, this young musical prodigy had already begun composing his own works, something quite remarkable for that time. Polish newspapers eagerly reported on the young genius, praising him as the pride of Warsaw. Imagine, at only 7, he was already playing the piano with ease and creating deeply moving melodies, a true testament to the wonder of talent and the magic of music. As he grew older, Chopin's musical talent became increasingly evident. By the age of 15, he could effortlessly perform piano pieces that were considered extremely challenging at the time. He began to stand out in Warsaw's music scene, becoming the focus of widespread attention. At this stage, he was not just a technically skilled performer, but an artist who could deeply infuse emotion into every note. It was this ability that gave his music soul, enabling it to transcend time and space and touch people's hearts. However, for Chopin, his musical journey was far from confined to the familiar grounds of Warsaw. In 1829, the young and passionate Chopin stepped onto the international stage, with his first stop being Vienna, the cultural capital of Austria. Renowned worldwide for its rich musical heritage, Vienna welcomed Chopin's performances with enthusiastic applause and acclaim. During this time, he shone like a brilliant new star, quickly capturing the attention of Europe's music world and laying a solid foundation for his future career. In 1830, at just 20 years old, Chopin set out once again, this time making a profoundly bittersweet decision: to leave Poland permanently. That same year, a fierce uprising against Russian rule erupted in Warsaw, the capital of his homeland. Though Chopin was in Paris and unable to take part in the struggle for national liberation, his heart remained with his country. He poured all his longing, sorrow, and hope for Poland into his music, giving birth to the famous Revolutionary Etude. The piece is filled with emotional intensity and explosive energy, as if voicing the Polish people's unyielding spirit of resistance and their yearning for freedom. The Revolutionary Etude is not only a technical challenge, but also an outpouring of emotion, a raw, honest expression of Chopin's frustration and helplessness at being far from home, unable to defend his country. The work carries a soul-stirring power, turning its notes into blazing flames that ignite the unquenchable fire of freedom in the hearts of the Polish people. It was under such circumstances that Chopin's music became more than an artistic achievement. It became a symbol of national identity and spirit. Life in Paris, however, was far from easy for Chopin. As a newcomer, he faced many hardships. Financial difficulties and his declining health cast a long shadow over him, forcing the piano prodigy to confront the harsh realities of life. Nevertheless, through his unmatched piano skills and deep musical talent, Chopin gradually secured a place in the Parisian music scene. He began teaching piano to earn a living and occasionally performed at salons and concerts, captivating audiences with his soulful playing and drawing a growing circle of admirers. In 1836, fate brought a significant turning point into Chopin's life. He met the renowned French writer George Sand. Known for her sharp pen and revolutionary spirit, she was a vocal advocate for social reform, especially concerning the rights and status of women in society. The two quickly fell into a passionate romance. Sand's independence and intellectual strength deeply attracted Chopin, while his gentle and sensitive artistic nature captivated her in return. Their relationship in its early days was full of affection and intensity, becoming a striking and talked-about love story in Paris's vibrant cultural scene. However, as time went on, their differences began to surface. The couple increasingly clashed over their views on life and politics. Chopin, more introverted by nature, held a melancholic and introspective connection to political matters, expressing his love for his homeland and his longing for freedom primarily through music. George Sand, on the other hand, was a fervent activist with strong revolutionary beliefs, and her bold political stances often put them at odds. These contrasts led to growing tension, making their relationship more turbulent and emotionally complex. Their love story was one not only of passion, but also of profound challenges and sorrow. Especially difficult was Chopin's declining health, which never truly improved. He suffered from tuberculosis, a serious and often fatal illness at the time, and his condition worsened steadily. Deeply concerned for his well-being, George Sand took him to the Spanish island of Majorca, hoping the warm and dry climate would help him recover. The journey was filled with hope and longing for healing, but reality proved far less kind. The climate in Majorca turned out to be far from ideal. Instead of the hoped-for warmth and dryness, the island's damp and chilly weather only worsened Chopin's condition. During that time, he suffered not only physically, but also endured emotional and mental distress. Yet, surprisingly, it was within this bleak and challenging environment that Chopin experienced a remarkable creative peak. Illness did not silence his inspiration. In fact, it seemed to unlock an even deeper part of his inner world. During this period, he composed many celebrated piano works, among them the famous Polonaise in A major. These pieces not only showcase Chopin's unique musical language, but also powerfully expressed his deep longing and love for his homeland, Poland. Through the piano, he wove his patriotic devotion, national pride, and personal suffering into music that continues to stir hearts to this day. Though Chopin's life was brief, he left behind an extraordinarily profound artistic legacy. As his health steadily declined, his relationship with George Sand also grew distant. The once passionate romance came to an end in 1847. After the breakup, Chopin's life became increasingly lonely. With no family by his side, he was left with only his piano and his music. He sustained himself by teaching piano and giving occasional performances. Despite the hardship, he never ceased to love music, nor did he ever stop creating it. In 1849, the poet of the piano passed away in Paris at the age of just 39, bringing his brief but brilliant life to a close. Though tuberculosis is widely believed to have been the cause of his death, Chopin's spirit had long since been immortalized in the cascade of beautiful notes he left behind. He was not only a national hero of Poland, but an enduring legend in the history of global music. The emotion that poured from his fingertips continues to transcend time, still moving listeners deeply to this day. Today, Chopin's works are essential repertoire in major international piano competitions, most notably the prestigious International Chopin Piano Competition held every 5 years. His music remains a benchmark that every aspiring pianist must strive to interpret, not only as a tribute to his genius, but also as a heartfelt remembrance of the man behind the music. Every keystroke seems to whisper the story of Chopin's life, a tale filled with love, suffering, and unwavering passion. Chopin's musical world is like a flowing canvas, impossible to resist, drawing listeners into its emotional depths. Whether it's the lively and rhythmic mazurkas, the tender and lyrical nocturnes, or the majestic and powerful polonaises, each piece tells a deeply human story. These are not merely works of musical art, they are reflections of his soul. Especially against the backdrop of a Poland under foreign rule, with its turbulent national destiny, Chopin's music became a vessel carrying the hopes and yearning of a people longing for freedom and independence. Among Chopin's many works, the Polonaise héroïque, or heroic Polonaise, stands as a powerful symbol of his patriotic spirit. Its bold rhythms and triumphant melodies are infused with an unyielding national pride, as if paying homage to the courage and resilience of the Polish people in their struggle for freedom. One can feel the blood stir when listening, as vivid images arise of a nation holding its ground in the face of adversity, braving the storm, defending its homeland. This piece not only inspired many during Chopin's time, but has since become one of the most iconic expressions of Polish national identity in music. Chopin's musical achievements truly make him one of the greatest composers of the 19th century. He was not only a brilliant star in Paris's vibrant music scene, but also left an indelible mark on the history of world music. As a pioneer of piano composition, Chopin created a musical language unlike any before him, rich in poetry, emotional depth, and subtle nuance. His works perfectly express his love for music and his profound sensitivity to the human experience. Each note is like a whisper from the depths of his soul, echoing with life's joys and sorrows, the sweetness and pain of love, and a yearning hope for the future. As fingers dance across the keys, Chopin's melodies flow like a gentle stream, gathering force, becoming a powerful river that transcends time and space, carrying us back to the turbulent era of the Polish uprisings. It was a time of passion, resilience, and defiance, and Chopin's music remains one of the most moving witnesses of that history. Whether performed on the grand stage of an international piano competition or in the intimacy of a concert hall, his music continues to stir the soul. It is not merely a showcase of virtuosity, but a profound outpouring of emotion and a heartfelt transmission of cultural legacy. This is Chopin, a genius who composed poems of the soul through music. He was not just a master of the piano, but a poet of life and freedom. Though his time on earth was brief, he blazed across the musical sky like a brilliant meteor, leaving behind an eternal light. Every time we sit at the piano and listen to melodies that are passionate, tender, or profoundly emotional, it feels as though Chopin is whispering to us, sharing his reflections on life, his deep love for his homeland, and his unyielding yearning for freedom. Chopin's music is more than a sequence of beautiful notes. It is a language of emotion, a distillation of every joy, sorrow, triumph, and heartbreak he experienced. Within his works, we hear sweeping national pride, delicate and heartfelt expressions of love, and a steadfast pursuit of liberty. Each piece is like a story. Each melody touches the soul, guiding us through time to experience the elegance and dreams of his era. Perhaps it was precisely because his life was so short that Chopin poured all his passion into his compositions. He did not live to old age like some of his contemporaries, but with the time he had, he created timeless masterpieces. His music conveys a profound melancholy and an indescribable beauty, a reflection of his awareness of life's fragility and his eternal pursuit of idealism. For every lover of music, there is a resonance in Chopin's voice through the piano, a spiritual connection that transcends time and space. The next time you sit at the piano or quietly listen to one of Chopin's pieces, try closing your eyes and letting your soul soar with the music. Allow yourself to engage in a timeless conversation with this poet of sound, to feel his undying passion and his profound yearning for freedom. This is Chopin, a genius who used the language of music to write eternal poetry. Chopin's music is a series of love letters sent across the centuries, whispered through the piano, spoken through melody. From the thunderous power of the revolutionary etude to the tender intimacy of the nocturnes, each piece is like a mirror reflecting his love for his homeland, his longing for romance, and his unyielding pursuit of freedom. The International Chopin Piano Competition not only keeps his spirit alive, but also brings forth generation after generation of piano prodigies. It is more than a contest. It's a celebration of the soul, a profound tribute to Polish music, the spirit of romanticism, and the enduring light of humanity. If you've been moved by this musical journey through Chopin's world, don't forget to like, comment, and share this story. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to bring you more inspiring stories from the heart of music.